Good afternoon. I hope that you can hear me. Actually, this is the first time that I'm using Teams for giving a lecture. I used to use another program in the previous semester, which was GoToMeeting, which was quite fine, but now Teams is going to be the supported platform by the university, and it seems there are several tools that can make the lectures or the meetings, in fact, more interesting and attractive. So I think it will work okay, and maybe at the beginning we may have some technical issues regarding the fact that I'm not familiar with all the features, but I hope it will get better continuously. My name is Pavel Burget, and I'm responsible for this course on discrete event systems, or systémy diskrétních událostí in Czech. And I would like to use this opportunity of having this first session to present the course itself, and also to get familiar with the teams, maybe to show how I would like to use this platform within this course. If you have any questions or want to say something during this online transfer, please use the hand sign or the hand icon, which I will try to be ready for it, to watch the sign and then react to your let's say intention to say something. You can see the sign if you open the panel with the participants of this session. So now you can see the sign next to my name in the panel. So if you want to say something, do not understand, or have some technical problems, just raise your hand and I will react. We can share the contents of the meeting. I will also do recordings whenever it makes sense. So I think that if it is, or actually we can say we can do recordings of all the contents that will be said. I hope that nobody is against. Nobody has any objections. Okay, so that's one point. I wanted to say that the recording, or that the sessions will be recorded. The recorded sessions are made available in the team of this course after some time. So it takes some time after the session finishes before the recordings is available, and it will be available in the team, as I said. If you have a look at the chat of the team, then you can see, so within the team, not in the chat, but within the team, there is the list of events that happened, and there will be a new announcement that the recording is ready. Maybe one question from me to you. My environment of Microsoft Teams is in Czech. I hope that it is not any problem for those of you who are from abroad and speak only English. So I hope that the language depends on the application that you installed at your computer. Okay, no objections, no remarks, so I hope everything works well. If I go back to the team, maybe I will share my screen and show it to you so that you can see what I see. So I hope that you can see now my Teams application. So here we have the list of events or contributions, as I said, that the recording will be available here. What we will be using is the OneNote block. So you can see here a part which relates or which contains the OneNote block. And as I said, it is in Czech on my computer, so I can see there is the list of blocks that was generated for all of you. So you can see that each of you has a set of sections here, which is for your let's say for you to be used, so that you can use it freely. And there is a block which is created by me, and you can see it. So I created section which is called lecture, and it is ready here for the lecture notes of the lecture that will follow at 4 or 4:15 today. So some of the lectures will be done in such a way that I will write notes into this notebook, and you should be able, I think that it works, I tried it before starting this session, and it seems that it works correctly. So there may be some delay from me to you, but I think it wouldn't harm the communication, the presentation. Does any one of you want to say anything to this? No, so it seems that everything is fine and clear. So there will be the lecture notes available here, as I said before. So this will be one type, how the presentations will be done, and another type is using PowerPoint presentations as you are probably used to. Okay, so there is one hand up. So,
sir, is it compulsory to be online during your labs? Because I have collision for programming systems for the next period?
Okay, so it's not compulsory. As I said, there will be recordings of the lectures, so you can watch them offline.
But the laboratories?
The laboratories will be organized. It is the same. It will not be. It is not compulsory either. It is the labs will be more or less about discussion. So there will be basically no or almost no presentation from my side during the labs. This is today it is an exception because I wanted to introduce the course and then have the lecture itself. So it will be more about discussion about the tasks that you are or will be supposed to do yourself at home.
Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome. Okay, so this is about the technical part of the course. I think it is clear. There are no other questions. Next source of information will be Moodle. So I'm going to show the Moodle site. So I hope you can see the Moodle website. This is there is an overlap between what Moodle offers and what Teams offers. So Moodle has been traditional place where all the learning materials used to be provided or are provided. So I will put the notes from the lectures here. So you can see these are the notes from the previous part. I thought they were hidden, but they're not, so I will hide them later so that because the structure of the course will be a little bit different, so the lecture notes will also be different, and I will put them to Moodle as needed. And then there will be the assignment, the data for the tasks. Sorry for that. I also thought that the tasks are hidden. So the descriptions are hidden, but the assignment are not. So I will hide them again. And the tasks will also be different than those from the last year. We will be using tools. One of the tools will be the Summa, which is a tool created at the University of Michigan, and it is used to model discrete event systems by finite automata, and it allows methods. It contains methods how operations above automata can be done, how synthesis of the supervisors can be done, and many others. So we will use them through the individual tasks I will talk about later. And Another tool which we will be using is Supremica. So I can switch to a presentation now. If it works, hopefully it does. And it is a summary of the course, what it is going to be, what it is going to be. So, as I already outlined, the course is about discrete event systems and their modeling using finite automata. The first part of the course, approximately 2 lectures next week, will be about defining what finite automata are. We will be talking about deterministic and non-deterministic finite automata, and about regular languages, regular expressions. The next lecture will be or actually we will extend the notion of automata to the modeling of discrete event systems. So there are some minor differences between the traditional language-based approach to finite automata and between the discrete event approach. And we will be talking about partially observable systems, which means that we will have systems where not all events are observable, and we will talk about how to deal with such events that are not observable, and how can we, for example, design a diagnoser that estimates what event or which event happened during the system evolvement. Next important part is about supervisory control. We will talk about basics of supervisory control, so what it means, what system specification is, and basically where the supervisor is positioned and what is its role. And it will be put into the notation and definitions that we will be using till then regarding the discrete event system. So based on the languages, we will define the language which is controllable, and we will show ways how such a language can be designed. From the first part, as I was talking about finite automata and languages, we will see that the definition of a language is another way how a system can be described. So that when we talk about language, we also talk about the system that is modeled, or about the system that does the supervisory control. So these are the basics, and then more details about supervisor synthesis will be explained. We will be talking about different classes of supervisors with respect to having observable and unobservable events, with respect to having systems which are controllable or are not controllable. So these are notions from that you know from the systems theory. And in this course, we will use them with respect to discrete event systems. Important behavior of the supervisor is its non-blocking functionality, so that we can ensure that the supervisor does not bring the system to a blocking state, such a deadlock, for example, from which it cannot, which is a state or a set of states which cannot be left under any occasions. So, under any circumstances. So it will be the task to design a supervisor which is non-blocking and which ensures that the system does not enter deadlock, for example, at any time. So this is quite an important part of this course. We will have several tasks regarding this, and we'll also present some practical real-life examples in the end of this course. Next topic will be about timed and stochastic automata, which extend the logical behavior of the discrete event systems. So the first part, modeling finite automata and supervisory control, will be handled only in the logical domain. So the sequence of events, the causality between the events, but time won't be taken into account, nor any stochastic variables, any random behavior won't be taken into account. So this is left to the third part, as I already said, dealing with timed and stochastic automata. And in the end, practical real-life examples about supervisory control and about these extensions. Regarding the organization, this is what I said, in fact, at the beginning. Maybe one remark, there may be some lectures during the course that may require prior preparation of yours. You will be notified about these requirements in advance, and all the necessary materials will be made available in the Teams before. So, as I showed, the notebook dedicated to let's say containing the materials for the lectures. So all the necessary materials will be available here. Regarding the exercises, they will be based on self-paced work, so that you will need to install the software on your own computers and do the tasks alone. We will have synchronization meetings during the course according to the schedule which is planned in the schedule of the semester. So for this course it will be Thursday at 14:30. So it is shown here as a progress check and questions and answers sessions. The tasks are linked to the lectures, so that we need to have a few lectures before you can start solving the first task, and therefore there will be no lab next week, and instead there will be 2 lectures, so that we will be having 2 lectures, one after another, and I will try to present as much as learning material and as much as information you will need to start solving the first task. So the first task will be on automata, so that you can get acquainted with how the automata are manipulated, what operations can be done on them. These operations are unary or binary operations, and we will be also dealing with regular expressions, which is another way how finite automata can be described. You will be using the Desuma tool in this task, and you will also be required to do some manual calculations. So that the assignment of this task will be made available next week after the lectures, or approximately at the same time when the lectures will be given. And as I said, there will be 2 lectures explaining the necessary background. The next task will be about diagnoser design. So again, using Desuma and combining, let's say, the predefined methods and some manual calculations, you will be required to solve the task. And then next 2 tasks regarding supervisory control. So introductory task with Desuma, and then a bigger task again with Desuma. As a main task of the course, there will be supervisor synthesis of a simplified industrial use case done in Supremica, which is another tool developed at Chalmers University in Sweden, and we will be. It has proved in, let's say, applications with higher number of states. So there are some. So the computations are done in such a way to be as effective as possible and to handle higher or bigger sets of states. So this is the 5th task during the semester. And there is one open point, which is called reading or programming assignment, and it will be specified during the course. One possibility is that you will be assigned, or actually you will be given a scientific paper, and your task will be to read a paper, to read possibly a few related papers, and then write a summary paper about what you've learned. Or other option, other option will be that you will be given a programming assignment or a design of a, let's say, more complex supervisory control system. This will be decided during the course. So that's all from this introduction. I think that's all what I wanted to say. Maybe to Moodle again, we have there is a, let's say, summary of the course assessment. So you can see here the tasks that I was talking about with the maximum points they can be given. And the course grading is about 40 points from the labs, then 20 points from the reading or programming assignment, as I was talking about, and 20 points, and 40 points about the final exam. That's all for this, except one point more, that this course is based on 2 books. One is Introduction to Discrete Event Systems by Christophe Cassandra and Stefan Lafortine, and another is Introduction to Automata Theory, Languages and Computation by authors Hopcroft, Motwane and Allman. So this is okay. I have these books in printed version. If any one of you wants to borrow them from me, it's possible on some, based on some schedule, let's say. Or I think it would also be possible to get them in some bookstores on the internet. Okay, so that's all regarding the the organization of the course, or introduction to the course. Whenever you need the software, so you will be starting, you will start by using the Desuma application. There is a link available in Moodle where Desuma can be obtained, and it's a Java-based application, so it should be no problem to install it on your computer. Whenever there's technical problems you encountered, I recommend you to use either the team chat, or you could also use the let's say news event in Moodle, but based on the fact that Teams is the main platform for the collaboration within this course, I recommend using the team chat for any questions. So that's all from me for this moment. Are there any questions?
Where can we install these programs, Desuma and Supremica?
Sorry, your question was where can you install it? Or
like the links to these 2 programs, the Desuma and Supremica.
Yeah, the link to Desuma is in Moodle. No, it's not. It's just information. So I will provide the links. I will provide the links to Moodle. Okay, good. Thank you. And Supremica will be used later in the course. So at the beginning, Desuma is sufficient.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, if there are no other questions, then we will meet in one hour approximately for the lecture. So see you later.